So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for your patience. We're going to get started. We were waiting. My colleague, Commissioner Luciano and Commissioner Richardson, Commissioner Luciano will be here, but we're going to start. We have a few honorees this afternoon before our regular course of business that we wanted to make sure that we recognize. So first and foremost, I am Commissioner Brendan Gill. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this special presentation this afternoon, recognizing some community leaders both in education and in cultural heritage. Thank you for joining us. Before I go any further, I would like to recognize, which I don't need to do, any of my other colleagues who are here right now. It's just me, sorry. But we do have a 9-member board, and as I said, Commissioner Luciano is going to be here momentarily. So today we are gathered to celebrate and commend the great achievements and dedication of a few honorees. Drury Thorpe, Montclair educator and New Jersey Hall of Fame inductee. Give it up for that, round of applause. Woo-hoo. The Padre Pio Lodge of the Order of the Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. Give that a round of applause. And Livingston Unico on their 70th anniversary. So it's great to be here. So in recognition of all you have done, we'd like to present each of you with a commendation from the board, recording your service in the county record. And now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming our first honoree, Drury Thorpe, up to the podium, please. Let's give her another round of applause. Right. Oh, that's we have to keep that lock sometimes, you know, just to keep that right, to make sure. So just a few personal remarks before we go into Drury's accomplishments and why we're honoring her this afternoon. But as many of you know, and for the folks who have been following my own service on this board, I am the son of a public school educator in the township of Montclair, 53 years. I am also a Montclair Mountie, born and bred, that's right. And anytime I get the opportunity to recognize amazing people who are doing amazing things in my local community, it's a special pleasure. So, and Drury is one of those people. So allow me to read a little bit about an outstanding individual, community leader, and educator. Drury Thorpe is a passionate elementary school teacher with over 30 years of experience. You're catching up to Dad? Yep. She has 23 more to go. 23 more to go. She has a rare gift for capturing students' attention and develops innovative, inclusive teaching methods that elevate every learner. She creates learning environments where all students feel seen, valued, and inspired. She has taught 2nd, 4th, and 5th grades, and is now teaching STEM and environmental science at Watchung School. No matter the subject, her teaching philosophy centers on empowering students to be curious, critical thinkers, and creative problem solvers. We could use a little bit more of that across all aspects of public service right now. Among her proudest accomplishments is co-authoring and implementing a grant to establish the Connected Courtyard, a native plant garden, outdoor classroom, and a STEM learning center at her school. Her teaching regularly extends beyond the classroom. Her classes have video conferenced with scientists on research expeditions in Antarctica, analyzing data as they study the effects of climate change on whales and penguins. Her students grow produce in hydroponic greenhouses for themselves in local food pantries, gaining hands-on scientific and civic learning. Her energy and enthusiasm are boundless. She has rallied communities around causes ranging from shark conservation to creating safe streets, one of my passions as well, for those using active transportation. She is a co-founder of a tremendous organization, one of my favorite organizations in the township of Montclair, the Montclair Bike Bus. She can be found almost every Friday leading a long caravan of parents and children joyfully biking to school. Thank you for inviting me. I will make it one of these days. We will get there. Jory, I cannot begin to describe all the ways you have impacted and supported countless young people in our community. It's my honor to present you with this commendation from the board. Congratulations. I should also note that this commendation and award is also based on her induction into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. So, which I think is a pretty cool accomplishment. I see she is joined by her family as well, which we'll make sure to recognize. But again, on behalf of the Essex County Board of Commissioners, we are honoring Jory Thurp on being inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. Congratulations, it's an honor to be here with you. And yeah, thank you. That's right. Thank you. Microphone is yours.
Thank you. This is super cool. This whole experience has kind of been surreal. When I got an email last summer that said, asked me if I would accept the honor of being into the New Jersey Hall of Fame, I kind of looked at my husband and I was like, is this for real? Because teachers aren't used to being honored in this way. And no joke, I was like, Ted, can you look up these email addresses and see if this is for real? And he did, and then, everything started to sink in, and I thought this is exactly what we need to be doing, right? We need to be honoring educators alongside those more publicly famous. This year, we also honored the late Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver, like a hero for so many. And the Jonas Brothers, and then we've got teachers like me, and that's amazing. That's amazing that the state recognizes teachers in that way. I love teaching, and like you did, I grew up in a house with two parents who are educators. You just had Dad, but I had these two parents who were educators, and I watched their passion. I watched their passion in action. I watched them fighting for kids. I watched them fighting for respect in that profession of teaching. And, when I went off to college, I wasn't sure that I was going to be a teacher, but it's always part of you. And it was a teacher who I took a seminar with who helped me kind of realize, that is exactly what I want to do. And her seminar wasn't about teaching content to kids. It was about how to teach kids how to think. So there was some child development stuff in there, but so much of it was about how children think and how we as educators can ignite those thought processes, especially in the way of questioning and critical thinking. And so I took that with me and decided that this is what I want to do. And so when I think about what my goals as a teacher are, it is helping kids learn how to think critically, how to question everything around them, and then also how to build community in that. So everything from starting a classroom where we think about social emotional learning, and kids actually need to be taught how to interact with each other, and how to. It's so much easier if you've got a class that kind of goes through these social emotional learning lessons with you, because it allows you to be proactive about things that are happening in your classroom, behavior things, instead of having to be reactive, and you can actually spend more time educating these kids. And when I think about my role in education, and all education is important, of course, but public education especially. I'm, born and bred Montclair, and I was a fellow Mountie, and I believe so strongly in public schools and public education. They are levelers for kids. They allow all children to explore ideas, and now more than ever, you touched on it, now more than ever, we need exactly that. We need to fund our public education programs, and we need to pour as a community. This is something I think is so important, because as costs are skyrocketing, we as communities need to figure out how we can get more involved in our schools in a way that enriches our children's education. And so I'm hoping that through speaking and kind of getting out there more, I will continue to fight for public education. I'll continue to fight for students, and I'll continue to make sure that our focus is on thinking and communities. So thank you for this honor. This is amazing. It's very cool. So thank you. And thank you. What's that? Oh, shout out to the family. You guys rock. Yeah, really, really thankful. I know I thanked Mom, but you guys are awesome. And that's our future too, right? Like we talk about our kids. Thank you, girls.
Thank you. Thanks. Another round of applause for sure. And I want to recognize my colleague, Commissioner Wayne Richardson, our past president, who is also here. Also a huge supporter of public education and public educators, for sure, and could not agree with everything that was just said. Not only the great equalizer, but also we have to acknowledge that right now we're at a time where everyone does not share that same vision. I don't say that as a partisan matter. I say that as a general statement and observation that public education is key to the success and future of our country, and one of the biggest, I believe, myths being perpetrated right now is the idea that it's failing us, and it's not. And it's not because of the work of people like Drury every day. So thank you for that. Do we have an ETA on? Okay. Yeah, we'll take a picture. We'll take a quick break. We're going to give Commissioner Luciano. You can yell at him later for sure. But we'll give him a few more minutes, and then if not, we'll make the presentation. So we'll take a picture with the family. Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Again, I apologize that I wasn't here a short while ago. But I am here. My name is Len Luciano. I've been a member of this 9-member board legislative branch here in Essex County for close to 15 years. It's always a privilege and an honor to stand here to honor members of the community, organizations within the community, amongst doing our daily and weekly and monthly county business. Just a little point of privilege. If you don't know what we do here, we're a 9-member body. We balance the county budget and take care of different departments such as Public Works. We have, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank here, not just Public Works, Parks and Recreation. We oversee the county jail. We oversee the county court system. We oversee elections, all things that help make our county function. One of the things, especially for the kids, that we're very proud of is we oversee our recreational facilities like Turtleback Zoo and the ice arena. And we've done a great job. Our county executive is like the mayor, Joe DiVincenzo. We're under the leadership here of Carlos Palmeras, who's our commissioner president. And to my left are two former presidents of this board that have led us, that have been colleagues of mine for quite some time. But again, one of the things that we really like, and that's why I prefaced with it, is we really enjoy standing here before you and honoring members of the community and organizations that do great things. So at that, I am going to segue into our next, I guess I could call it our honoree, and that would be the members of the Padre Pio Lodge in West Orange and the Order of the Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. Let's give them a round of applause. Specifically, and I apologize if you guys could come up, please come on up. You know, as they're coming up, I know we have Suzanne Benevento. I apologize for that. And of course, we have Pat Campanelli. Let's give them a round of applause for everything that they do. Pat, good to see you. All right, thank you guys. So they should have been part of our Italian American Heritage Month celebration in October. But unfortunately, with some miscommunication, it didn't happen. So we are just very glad to have them here with us today, not just for the folks here in the audience, but also this is live streamed and also goes up on social media and TV. But again, to honor them is also an honor for all of the Italian Americans here, not just in Essex County, but in New Jersey and in the United States. Of which I am a product. My grandfather, he came here in 1913 from the town of Benevento. Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with that, right? But allow me to share some of the details about the lodge from this commendation that we're about to present. The Padre Pio Lodge 2350 was chartered by the Supreme Lodge of the Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America on September 8, 1975, as the West Essex Lodge. Its name has changed to Padre Pio in 2001 to better identify with its mission to promote the customs and heritage of its members, forefathers, and support its local community. Since its inception, the Lodge has and continues to participate in many charitable programs and events that support the Essex County community and contribute to Italian American heritage and culture. They annually participate in Wreaths Across America at the West Point Military Academy and local cemeteries, are involved in local Columbus Day activities like flag raisings at Seton Hall University, and hold a St. Joseph's Feast Day celebration every year. The Lodge also provides yearly scholarships for high school students of Italian descent, donates food for the Our Lady of the Valley Church Food Kitchen, and donates toys and clothes to the families of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, and donates to various charities via the Grand Lodge of New Jersey, like Cooley's Anemia Foundation and the Alzheimer Foundation. Let's give that a round of applause. That's very, very special. On Memorial Day each year, the Lodge honors memories of members of the armed services of Italian descent and all members who gave their lives for the United States. They also educate their members on the history of Italians who have given so much to this nation, from the signing of the Declaration of Independence to the first Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. Pat, everyone else here, thank you to all that you have done and for all the give back you have given in our community and support to Italian American culture and traditions here in Essex County. I am proud to be an Italian American, and I also present you with this commendation from the board that I hope that you proudly, there we display somewhere within your lodge. And of course, we are here to support you in any of your future endeavors, and we hope that you continue with everything you do. At that, I am going to turn it over to Pat for a few words. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's start with I'm going to start with the president, and again, I'm sorry about that for the remarks. Suzanne, please.
Thank you, but I would like to begin by congratulating our previous awardee. Congratulations, an educator myself. I appreciate all the good work that you people do, but I will take umbrage with just one thing. There are other types of education that work very well with children that are not necessarily public. So that's just my humble opinion, having been a principal and a teacher for many years. But just moving along, these are my trustees. We have Pat and Mickey Campanile, and a member, Andy Cassesi, who accompanied me this evening, which I really appreciate. And actually, most of what has been said already about our lodge, we are working to keep our culture and our heritage alive. And since Pearl Harbor Day is this coming Sunday, I just wanted to remind everyone that in the Second World War, 1.5 million Italian-American soldiers, sailors, Marines were involved in that conflict, which was about 10% the fighting force of the United States of America. And I think we have a lot to be proud of. We have a person from our home state of New Jersey, John Basilone, who was the only enlisted person to receive the Medal of Honor and the Navy Cross in World War II. So we're particularly proud of him. And we're also proud of so many other things. The signing of the Declaration of Independence by William Paca, the painting of the Capitol, the apotheosis of George Washington. If you go to visit Washington, D.C., that was painted by an Italian. The first American saint, Mother Frances Cabrini. Joe DiMaggio, who still holds a record for baseball for the most consecutive hits. Frank Sinatra. We could go on and on and on and on and on, and we're very proud of them. And that's the culture and the traditions that we don't want to lose. We're great at making macaroni, we're great at making meatballs, and we're great at making pizza. But there's so much more to being an Italian than just being that. We've paid our dues. There have been several dark chapters in our history in the United States. We were victims of one of the largest lynchings that ever took place in the United States, in New Orleans, and were just recently apologized in 2019 by the mayor. So there have been those dark spots in history. But the Padre Pio Lodge is here to stay. We give our scholarships. We want our young people to know I'm a proud American of Italian descent, and that's what I want them to understand, how much they have to be proud of, as I am every day that I wake up. And everybody talks about their grandfathers, which was at the last meeting, but I have to talk about my grandmother really quickly. My grandmother came here not really speaking English. She had 13 children, and my grandfather passed when he was 63 years old. My grandmother died a wealthy woman, and she barely spoke any English. She was into real estate. She owned many, many homes, many, many tracts of garden apartments, and so it can be done. The American dream is alive and well. We just have to go after it, and that's what we want to instill in our young people of all backgrounds, not only Italian Americans. Thank you for the time, and thank you very much for this honor. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead, get in there. It's all yours.
I know he mentioned the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center. 1931, the Italians were working in the square, the construction workers. They pooled their money together. They bought a 20-foot tree, decorated it with cranberries and paper strands, and that was the very first Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center. So I hope you remember that when you go see that beautiful tree every year. Thank you.
That story I did know, and I think there's a famous picture of it, actually. Thank you very much to the president for those kind words. Now, I don't know if you knew it, but my colleague here, Brendan Gill, you wouldn't think so by his name, but he also has Italian-American heritage within him. And our budget consultant, Francis McInerney, is also a gentleman who has Italian roots within him. Wayne, I don't know, do you have any? Okay, I mean, everything in this world, you'd be surprised. You know, it's unbelievable with 23andMe and Ancestry.com, the things that folks find out. Story actually about 5 years ago. I didn't even know it. I got a Christmas gift, and I spit in the tube, and I sent it back. And a couple months later, I realized I have a half-brother who lives in California. So it's an absolutely unbelievable thing that you wouldn't, 20, 30, 40 years ago, you would have never figured out. So, but at that, we're not finished yet. I hope you guys don't mind. I did want to also then turn the corner here, being that we have you guys here to talk about Livingston Unico chapter. Can we get one more gentleman up here you guys stay here? You don't mind standing? Okay. Do we have his name? No? His name is Matt Latticetta. He's my okay. So let's welcome Matt Latticetta up here. All right, Matt, come on up. The Livingston Unico was founded in 1955 to serve the community by raising funds for charities, volunteer civic organizations, and educational scholarships, and promote Italian heritage. The chapter strives to provide a warm and welcoming environment for all members and guests, and is dedicated to promoting Italian culture and traditions. Livingston Unico holds many fundraisers each year, including the Carnival, beefsteak doo-wop dinner, pasta dinners, wine tastings, casino nights, and Tricky Tray. With the raised funds, the chapter supports Livingston's food pantry, provides annual scholarships to high school students, and makes generous donations to the Livingston Volunteer Fire Department and First Aid Squad. They are known to support township sports teams, medical research foundations, and other non-for-profit schools that support children and adults with special needs. Let's give it up for that. Very, very good. Very noble. Each year, the Livingston Unico chooses a chapter member or a member of the community that has promoted outstanding community service and exemplifies the chapter's motto of service above self. The honoree is sponsored by the community and recognized at an annual brunch. Also annually, the president of the Livingston Unico chooses a chapter member for their unwavering service above self Unican of the Year. In May, the honoree is awarded with a plaque along with members of other Unico chapters. A seriously strong thank you to all the members of Livingston Unico. I actually grew up in Livingston. I'm a member of the community and graduate of Livingston High School. I am not a member of Unico, but that will be changing. I do have the registration. That'll be coming. But I want to give you congratulations for the 70 years of great service that you've provided within the community. And this board, under the leadership of our president, Carlos Palmeras, and my colleagues, we want to congratulate you. And we would love for you and any members that would like to come up and say a few words about all the service that you give to the community. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pat Campanile. I'm the current president of Livingston Unico. I have two past presidents, actually. Andy Casasi is my immediate past president, and Matt Latticetta is a past president. He's also a recording secretary and my membership director. So, Lenny, you need to get that packet in because he's got a stick, as you can see. And Andy is also my scholarship chairman. I have another, my wife, Mickey Campanile, is my sergeant at arms, so you better watch out. And honestly, you too, Brendan, you gotta send your application in. I had to track these guys down and tell them, listen, what's going on? I also belong to the Sons of Italy, as you can see. Livingston Unico is part of Unico National. There's many chapters throughout the country, and in New Jersey. Unico National is one of the largest Italian American service organizations. We are an Italian service organization. We do many, many things. We resonate exactly what Suzanne said about the Italian Americans. And we do fundraisers to help the community as much as possible. We're actually doing our 70th anniversary with our Christmas party this year. It took me to do some digging and finding out. As far as we've been known, it was 72 years that we're anniversary. So I did some digging and found out we were, along with my secretary here, we found out we were chartered in 1955. So this was our 70th anniversary. Our national office didn't realize that. So we said, hey, look, this is 70 years, so we have to celebrate. And of course, I got in touch with Lenny and Brendan, and they helped us out. I did have to make a correction for the Sons of Italy because there was some confusion. So I'm really happy everything worked out. And Livingston Unico has been my first Italian organization that I joined. And that was because it was a special part to me because my brother was a big portion of it. He was part of the Orange, West Orange chapter. And being in Livingston, it was said to me and my wife, don't become a part of anything until your kids are grown. And we were going to eventually join the Orange, West Orange chapter. And it said to us, you got one in your backyard. So we were kind of pushed away from that. So, okay, we joined. And this gentleman came to my house and dropped off a packets. Within a couple months, we were members. And from there, we just shadowed the presidents and shadowed everything, got involved in too much. And as my members will tell you, right now I'm in 7 different organizations. And by shadowing the presidents and by following a lot of rules, and I became the president. I mean, it's not a fun job, it's not an easy job, but if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And if I don't get on anybody, I go with the flow. I'm happy to be a part of an Italian-American organization. And our biggest thing is to fight against anti-bias. And that is something that we share along with the Sons of Italy. Unico and Sons of Italy basically work together behind scenes. We try to get our Columbus Day statues back and let everyone understand, okay, Columbus didn't discover America, but he has a big part of our hearts. And everybody should recognize that. Whether it was right, wrong, statues being taken down, the statues have to go back up, and we're happy that we recognize Columbus Day again. And I want to thank Brendan Gill and Lenny Luciano for showing up at my flag raising in Livingston. And that was a big part of you guys helping us out tonight. And congratulations to you as being inducted in the Hall of Fame. And thank you to Sons of Italy. Thank you to my members for being here tonight. This is an exceptional award to us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, let's give it up for Pat and the organizations behind me. Both organizations have done great stuff. And as they say, a little better late than never. I know it's not Italian American Heritage Month anymore, but within our melting pot here in Essex County, we always think that every month and every day and every week is heritage of some sort or some different ethnicity or religion here in Essex County. So again, congratulations to you. Let's take some pictures. Again, congratulations with the Hall of Fame. And we are always here to support, especially for the youngsters. We hope that you're back. If there's anything that we can do to be supportive, we would love to do that. So again, thank you all for being here.